Hello everybody, it's Anne-Marie. Some of you will recognise me instantly because you know me, and others that have joined this Spiritual Stars group won't know what I look like perhaps. So, ta-da! Here I am. I've decided to do a video in order to show appreciation for all what you've done. The portraits this week have been absolutely amazing, and I understand we all have different levels, and if you look at the drawings you will see different levels of abilities, and I get that, but I still appreciate it, because one of the hardest things for someone who wants to draw for the spirit world is actually first showing their initial basic drawings, and that's where we've all had to start. We've all had to start with big eyes, little mouth, tiny nose, big head. But over a period of time, the more practice we put into it, we will then develop a way of understanding how the connections work in between ourselves and those that's working in the world of spirit with us. I wanted to show my appreciation today with this video, just to say thank you for joining and participating, because remember, the idea wasn't really about to find a recipient. It was about to give space and time for those in the spirit world the opportunity to, one, not only work with you, but two, those that are unable to reach their family may have still want and maybe have a need to want to be able to get their voice out. I'm sure in a way that once they're on the other side, there's so much things for them to do, but there are people that are willing to become guinea pigs. If you think of life as it is now, and you walk past a hairdresser's, for example, you might see a sign that says models required. And so you'll get people that come in and say, okay, you can practice on my hair. And that's how I see it with some of the people in the spirit world, that they know that there's people like ourselves learning how to become a spirit portrait artist, and we're looking for models. And that's what happens. The models come along, the spirit people come along, and they say, look, you know, I'll work with her, I'll help her, I'll help him. And sometimes that's why you might have bundles and bundles of drawings that you've not been able to find a home for, because there's many reasons for that. But I like to look at it that the world of the spirit have people over there that are willing to help us develop our skill. But how can they help us if we are not dedicated to sitting in the stillness, sitting in the quietness, sitting to allow them to work? Because the procedure for connecting from their world to ours, as easy as we think it is, it's really not that easy. I mean, our minds are so caught up with the day-to-day humdrum of life. We're so caught up with what's on TV, who we've got to cook for, what work we've got to do, who's upsetting us, the travel journeys that we've got to make, and we're just so caught up with the humdrum of all this life that even though we have a will to want to be able to serve people on our side and the world of the spirit, sometimes we don't actually sit as long as we ought to in order to learn that skill. If you think of somebody wanting to, two people, they want to learn how to drive a car. They both have their driving lessons. They both have the opportunity to have access to a car midweek of their lessons, and they have access to this car as many times as they want, to sit with somebody that's going to help them and go over the rules and regulations of driving. And imagine that one person decides, I'm going to take this opportunity, and every day, just for 5 minutes, even if it's to drive to the end of the road and back again, I'm going to do that. And then the other person says, well, I'll do it today. Oh, I'm too tired tomorrow. The following day comes. they get caught up in their humdrum of life, and before long, by the end of the week, they've only probably done 5 minutes, where the other person has probably done 25 minutes or more. And if that was to continue, and just imagine a few months later, they'd both book themselves in to take a test, a driving test, and the person who's dedicated themselves day in, day out to that 5 minutes, who do you think's going to be a lot stronger and more confident in handling that process of driving in that test? Of course, it's going to be the person that's been practicing on a regular basis. And that's how I see it with your spirit art or even your mediumship. Mediumship, it's important to sit in the power daily to get that connection with your spirit team, to set aside some more time to sit and draw, to just hold the pencil on the paper and just allow the thoughts to come in, to open your mind to the availability of all the information that comes with it, but to allow your arm and your hand just to naturally do its own drawing, as it were. And I feel that many of us want to have that, do that drawing, that when we've done it and we show it, what happens is we get this sudden impact of someone saying, wow, my God, fantastic. Oh my God, I know who that is. I mean, wouldn't that be amazing every single time? But how do we get to that stage? We're all searching for that. We all, not only searching, but we all want that instant gratification, as it were. But it's not really about us. The gratification comes when we sit in the stillness and we do a drawing for the spirit world. That's where we should get that moment of gratification. When we get to a level where we're able to draw a good, strong resemblance of the spirit communicator, that's when you'll start getting more feedback from people, because they're able to more recognize the drawings. But in order to get to that level, we have to start from somewhere. So many of you know that I run online teaching courses, teaching people how to draw spirit portraits. And I teach people who are matchstick drawers. I teach them from the very beginning how to gain confidence in their drawing, how to draw the proportions of a face correctly, how to develop their mediumship and how to combine both of those. And I'm always explaining to my students that no matter what level you currently are, there's always going to be growth. There's always going to be room to improve. And if you can have the will and the desire just to pick up a pencil and just do one drawing a day, or one drawing every other day, or one drawing a week, but something that's regular, that you can stick to it and do it, and you'll find that your drawings will go from a basic 2D shape to a 3D shape. And the facial aspect of, as you look at my face here, is more of a 2D effect. When I turn my face slightly, you start to get the 3D effect. Then you might have the profile effect. And it's really about learning how to develop your drawings on each of those stages. Now, can you learn on your own? Absolutely. I'm a self-taught artist. You see all my drawings behind me. I'm self-taught. I've never been to art school. You go on any of my websites, and all the drawings and the painting, everything you see, I'm self-taught. But I guess the difference between myself and maybe other people who are not quite there yet is that I regularly sit and I regularly draw. I've got hundreds of drawings in folders that haven't found the recipient. And that's okay. And it's okay if you've got drawers upon drawers of drawings, because what you're doing is you've given time and space to develop your skill, but you've given time and space for those people on the other side that want to, maybe they have an interest. I wonder if I could communicate my thoughts to a physical incarnate spirit person. I wonder if I'm able to do that. Let me have a try. And so you might have people who are just curious to see if they can do it. And if they work through you and you're able to put on paper their thoughts, it's going to be like a light bulb moment for those people on the other side. They're going to be like, I can do this. I can be of help. I can be of use. So what are they going to do? They're going to try and find other people like us to sit and work for, because for them, that's their growth. That's their growth after life. They're doing something that perhaps they've never done before, and they can't do it unless we sit. They can't do it unless we give up some of our time, our TV time, sacrifice your evening. I'm up at 5 o'clock each day. I'm just different. I get up at 5, I'll do a drawing, or I'll get up at 5 and I'll sit and I'll meditate. Or what I ask people to do is sit in contemplation. Contemplation is really about sitting in either the stillness or having some low background music and just allowing your thoughts just to come through the canvas of your mind. Just be an observer to those thoughts, and you'll find that after about 15 minutes, if you're not sitting on a regular basis, after about 15 minutes of just giving your thoughts that time to go on the canvas and go away, you'll find that stillness, that beauty, that space where you feel connected to the dimensions beyond this world, where you can connect to God, where you can connect to your loved ones, where you can connect to the spirit world. But unless you're willing to sacrifice some time, then you will always perhaps stay at a level that maybe you're even not happy with. Many of us are not happy with our levels. I'm not a artist where I want to be. I haven't reached the point where I want to be. I know where I want to be, but I have to work towards that level. And some people see my drawings and they think, wow, it's amazing. Yeah, they are great. And, you know, I've reached a point and where I'm able to say, I think, you know, they're good. But where I want to be, I haven't reached there yet. And I'm excited to learn and to understand what the spirit world is teaching me in order to reach that level. And I'm also doing some mind-to-mind food for thought talks, and it's really from the heart, and it's all unscripted. For example, this video is unscripted. It's just from the heart. I have no writings, no wordings. It's just thoughts in my mind that I want to express to you. And I'm going to be doing some audio, so you could be washing up and you can listen to me in the background if you like. They're all going to be on my website, but today isn't really about that. It's about to applaud all of you that participated in the 5-day challenge. And I know some of you were facing situations in your life that maybe you weren't able to do every day for the 5 days. And maybe there were some of you that watched or read the instructions of what you should be doing for this challenge. And maybe in your heart you wanted to do it, but the lack of skills and drawing skills, maybe that held you back. Maybe there was an aspect of fear that you felt that, oh no, I can't do this, or whatever the reason is. It's okay. It's okay. Because I'll be doing more challenges, and I want to applaud everybody that participated, because you gave spirit time this week in order to sit with you all. And I think there was about 72 images in the end, 72 images. And I'm just so pleased with you all. And I just want to say, well done. I just want to say that I will be doing more challenges, perhaps, you know, on the Friday. So keep participating. Even if there's not a challenge, keep drawing. Visit the website. I'll put that on the screen somewhere. I don't know where it's going to end up, but it'll be there. But what I want to say to you is never give up and never allow fear to hold you back from doing what you want to do most, because that's what a lot of us do. And so I congratulate you. And after this video, perhaps I'll add some more information. But well done. Congratulations. You all did fabulously well. Well done, you.